right, guys, welcome back to another edition of Lawyered Up. I am your host, Jared Moore, and for the record, I am not a lawyer. I'm going to have an update on the Whitecloud case for you guys today. As you know, Representative Robin Whitecloud had her court date on Monday the 4th, and I was in court for that. Before I get to that, though, I wanted to give you guys some information on a federal class action lawsuit that's been filed, and they're looking for people to join if you're eligible for it. The link to this is in the description of this video, so if you guys think you might be in the ballpark for this, you can click it and contact these guys. Let me pop it up for you. It's a federal class action lawsuit, claims Native American allotment owners from the 5 tribes were denied oil and gas payments. Let me make it a little bit bigger. It says, lawsuit alleges that the United States breached its trust duty to tribal citizens of the Choctaw, Chickasaw, Mvskoke Creek, Seminole, and Cherokee nations who own restricted fee Indian land allotments governed by the 1947 Stigler Act as amended in 2018. So, and then there's more information on this page if you guys want to check it out, or maybe you want to contact this legal, because this is a legal group here that's doing this. So they're looking for people to, I think, join the class action. So check that out. Now, with the Whitecloud case, so here's where we were last time. There were 2 motions that were filed by Mr. Kanani, who's representing Representative Whitecloud. One of those motions was to quash the search warrant, which got her phone, right? And the argument there was that it was overly broad because it's like saying she could have, any text message she could have sent somebody, etc. And then the other motion was a motion to remove the Attorney General's office from the case because of the argument being there that there's a perceived conflict of interest but for either Representative Whitecloud or the AG's office due to budgetary concerns, and how Representative Whitecloud may have voted on the confirmation for Attorney General Jerry Wisner. So both of those arguments were heard in court on Monday. Well, one of those was heard. The motion to quash a search warrant, Mr. Kanani, who represents Representative Whitecloud, said they withdrew that in court, saying that she had gotten her cell phone back, so it was not an issue anymore, and so that motion had been withdrawn, so that's not on the table anymore to quash that search warrant. And then the other motion about removing the AG's office from the case and getting a special prosecutor, they heard oral arguments about it, and the judge ultimately made a determination that she's not going to grant that motion, so she overruled it. So the AG's office is going to stay on in the case, and that's a result of those 2 things. And then the next court date is June 1st. So I'll be back in court on June 1st to give you guys an update there. And that's it in a nutshell. I want to remind you guys that at the end of the month, on the 30th, there's a special election on some constitutional ballot or constitutional amendments. If you go to the election board's website on the Creek Nation's website, they have the sample ballots up now, and you could take a look at those. And then we're going to be live streaming there. And then next week, on the 15th, I previously had scheduled the guys from Decolonize Decatur to come on the program. We had to reschedule with them, and they've rescheduled for the 15th. So we're going to have them on next Friday on the 15th. And so that's it pretty much, guys. It's a short live stream today. Just wanted to get you updated. There'll be a written version of this update on the Whitecloud case in the paper and also on the web probably by the end of the day tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Mado, Hadum, Chihichat, Lees.